disrespectful. Do that on my field. Okay? Let that pain linger. Because when we see them next spring, we'll them over. Wyoming.
I'm Sam Gatherum, and I play the 8-man position. I've been playing rugby for a long time. I've been playing since I was 14, so.
I'm Jacob Burton, and I play flank or 8-man. I played in high school, and so after high school, I wanted to keep playing.
My name's Matthew Tualamali. I'm the head coach for the men's rugby team here at Utah State. I'm very passionate about the game. I love it a lot. It's something that's on my mind almost 24/7.
I think that he's done a really good job at connecting with the players.
I want to teach it in a way that it's going to get people excited.
He's been able to kind of take the strengths of our team and magnify them on the field.
I want to inspire the next generation of rugby players to inspire the next generation.
Like the balance between competition and like brotherhood makes it super entertaining.
So rugby it's a mix of wrestling, soccer, football.
I love playing rugby, but I get into a game and those first 5 minutes, I'm like, man, this sucks. Like it doesn't feel good.
Rugby it's nonstop 80 minutes of action.
Being conditioned in rugby is probably one of the most important things that you can do in the off season.
The first week of practice is normally heavy running.
Rugby conditioning is unlike any other sport I've done.
And it goes from everything from running, doing sprints, to lifting.
You get the 90 minutes of conditioning of like a typical soccer game, but then you add in the physical element of like a football game. And so you basically make 80 minutes of hell.
A lot of rugby's body weight on body weight. You got to make a tackle against the guy that's running at you full speed. Holding up your teammate and being able to carry him across the field kind of is the most work you're going to do on that rugby field.
Right, like doing a fireman's carry, like that's going to put some extra toll on the body, on the knees especially. It's easier to just add another body on top of them instead of telling them to go into the gym and do standard lifts that may not have the same movements or actions that I'm trying to accomplish in a rugby game.
I think it's got to be one of the most grueling sports in the world.
The conditioning that we did this offseason was the best conditioning that we've had.
We create this bond.
It's probably the best team I've ever been on, constantly doing things together.
In the Polynesian culture, they love to mix, and normally that's referred to kava. And so kava is a root. It's grounded up into a fine powder. When mixed with water, provides like a relaxing stimulus.
Everyone will have a cup of this kava drink, and you'll drink, and you wait till everyone finishes, and then you'll drink again. It's really just to hang out and have a good time.
You just jam, vibe, hang out. Whether it's singing songs together that everyone knows, playing card games, especially after a long day of rugby, right? It's like your body's in pain.
We can have a good time and joke, but we push each other, that's for sure.
I put a heavy schedule on the books for the fall semester. Our first game against Utah, who is a bitter rival. We knew we could send a ripple through the conference if we beat Utah. We got into Utah's head early. We were really confident, we were really cocky, and we were vocal about it too. With the BYU game, with them being one of the top 10 teams in the country and a perennial powerhouse for years, I knew that one was going to be a tough match.
BYU's a tough game every year. They're top 5 in the country every year, have funding.
We played our hardest, but again, we lost that one. We walked out of that one holding our heads high. It was the least amount of points we'd ever allowed BYU to score on us, ever. Going into the Weber game and another in-state rival, we were excited to play them. Knew inside and out what their game plans were, what their key players were, the types of play structure that they ran.
I think that a lot of people started really fulfilling their roles on the team.
We were able to get the job done with Weber. And then, final game of the year, Wyoming.
The Wyoming game has some interesting history.
Last time we had played Wyoming,
from what I've heard, it was pretty disrespectful the way it ended.
It was a bitter loss.
There's kind of like a unwritten rule on how you win in rugby.
This team should not have beaten us, and they shouldn't be celebrating when they barely beat us.
They charge their field and they celebrate in the middle, like throwing water everywhere, chanting, doing songs. It just really left a sour taste in my mouth.
Sam was also like one of the players that was like, listen, I do not like Wyoming. I don't like them. I don't want to look at them. Let's run it down their throats.
A lot of the guys that had played that game were super amped and motivated to really just stick it to Wyoming. And so we were all behind that.
Going into that Wyoming game, like, we knew, okay, we have to be confident in our play style. We have to know the structure inside out, and we cannot take them for granted. We got to tighten up. We have to tighten up our structure.
Let's coach.
Okay? Because that is going to lose us the game against Wyoming.
We've never had a conference winning season. We're 2-2 right now. We lose this game, we're going to stay like we always have. Right? We've been preparing. Right? And we've gone up against these other teams and we've separated. This is our last challenge. Don't look at it like it's an easy win.
Play for your brothers on and off the field. All right? From this point to Saturday when the whistle ends, be there for each other. Support each other.
If we're practicing like this again, we're going to fucking lose to Wyoming. Okay? We can't have another practice like this. On Thursday, we better lock the in. No more goofing around because we don't deserve that. Okay? We need to go take this to Wyoming and go beat the out of them. Show them who the Utah State Rugby is. All right? Now lock the in, boys.
It was an electric atmosphere.
You could feel the support. You could see how excited the crowd was.
You want to show these people that came to watch you what you guys are made of.
Play our game. Let's have some fun and let's win.
Lock in right now and let's tighten it up. We're going 80 minutes. Let's go!
Last night I was watching this thing. It was talking about how oak trees grow. Right? Oak trees, they can get big, they get huge. When you put them in a pot, they'll stay in that pot. You put them in a 2-foot pot, they'll only grow to 2 feet. Right? Don't be at their level. Don't be in their pot, bro. They fucking suck. They're for a reason. Don't play to their level. Play free, play loose, and grow to that level that we can grow to.
Hey, you rugby on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey, you rugby! Woo!
We fought pretty hard.
It was sloppy.
Penalty after penalty after penalty the ref kept giving us, and they just took advantage of it. They kicked for points. Right? We gave them 3 points. It wasn't the way we wanted to play. They've rattled us. They're in our heads a little bit right now. We need to adjust.
We came out in the second half ready.
That confidence in our play style came back a little bit more. Things are too little too late. Wyoming capitalized on some mistakes. We're able to win back the ball. They ran the clock down and then kicked it out. Game over. Final whistle was blown, and the Wyoming team runs onto the field. Right, we're at half, making some obscene gestures, right, dancing, having fun.
It was ridiculous, but when you don't win a lot, that's how you react. You know, it's like the Super Bowl for you.
I think everyone was ready to fight.
During the game, it was starting to get a little chippy, and so I made that executive decision to not shake hands. Went over to Wyoming, and I just briefly explained, like, hey, you guys played a good game. Congratulations on your win. Safe travels home. We won't be shaking hands at this time. My players are just a little heated. I don't want anything to escalate. I'd like to say I'm kind of an emotional guy, you know, like I do care at the end of the day. And so just seeing that this was the last game we would be playing with 4 of our seniors, it got to me a little bit.
This game doesn't mean to me, okay? Okay? I'm proud of you, okay? Proud of each and every one of you, man. I'm proud to be your coach, okay? And it stings to watch you guys put it on the line and not get the result we wanted.
It was an emotional ending to the season.
From the bottom of my heart,
This is my favorite rugby team I've played with. Words can't express how thankful I am to be spending my weeks with you guys in and out every week. Grind. I love you boys. Let's just keep going. Let's go to the top, baby. Yes, sir.